Oop. Cheers to Friday, everybody. I just cracked this at the wrong time. I love the cracking sound. Anyway, I had to do this an hour earlier than I normally would because I am going on the Ironfish roundtable to do a guest spot at about 12:30, and I wanted to get about an hour's long stream in today. I'm really actually excited about this. It is going to be I'm going to put a link down below. It's going to be a pretty good time. I will be focusing on how I think fish hash is a revolutionary algorithm for GPU mining. I know today is the Bitcoin halving, but I wanted to kind of just talk about GPUs. What's going on, Chris? I had the time incorrect, which is I was wondering why people weren't in yet. So I wanted to talk about the 7900 GRE today for gaming and for mining as my opening topic, and then we can talk about how GPU mining is going to be affected by the Bitcoin halving, or at least what my opinion on it is. So thank you guys for joining. I'm excited. Today's going to be a busy day. Then I'm going to probably go dark for a few hours. I might maybe do something towards the halving when it happens, but I think I'm going to unplug for most of this weekend and just kind of enjoy it. So let's get to the stream. And if you guys have any comments or anything you want to talk about too, bring it up and we will get to it. So like I said, today's main topic is the 7900 GRE. I'm going to start with mining on. I'm going to start with mining, and then I'm probably going to go into gaming and then go back to mining, and we'll do both. So for mining, if you guys saw my video yesterday, this thing is terrible. The specs look pretty decent. You would think it would be pretty good, but it's awful. I had some help actually from the AMD Discord. They're somewhat hostile to miners, but they're actually pretty nice in terms of helping you overclock with these things. And they were explaining to me how AMD has it locked down. And I kind of thought originally it was the memory bus that was kind of gimping it for mining, because it kind of hurts it negatively when you try to overclock it. And that's not the case at all. It is actually just that AMD has this thing locked down. You can't undervolt it. You can't do anything on it. Mine is shut off right now. It's on a mining rig. I can turn it on if you guys want to see it mining, but it's really bad. Like, we're talking if you leave it like if you overclock it with the memory, for example, you can get it to do about 41 mega hash on Ironfish at 250 watts. It's outrageous and it's terrible. Now, somebody in the comments of my video brought up that you can set a power limit, which will artificially lower the power, which does help. Don't get me wrong, but you can't get this thing any lower to than 160 watts. So it's like 90 watts you're shaving off, which is a good thing, right? And if you guys are interested, I can show you it, but it's wild because you are literally turning it into a bad 3070 then, because as we know, and let me pull up my farm, 3070s can get what do they get? They get 39 mega hash at what? 39 mega hash at 110 watts, give or take ish, right? So like it's just mind-boggling, because then you're paying $500 for basically a bad 3070, and I don't know why anybody would do that. What's going on, Zapirate? What's up, Patrick Murphy? I'm talking about the 7900 GRE and how it's garbage as a GPU miner right now. So gamers should rejoice, because I am going to talk about its gaming specs shortly. It is a wonderful gaming GPU. But as far as mining goes, guys, don't buy this thing. Now, I do want to share an article, actually, that the AMD Discord shared with me. Let me see if I can find it. They were really helpful on this topic. Oh, sweet, dude. I'm really excited to see that testing, Zapirate. And morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Like I said, check the link I posted up top. I'm going to be on an Ironfish roundtable, which is super exciting. So that's why I had to do it earlier. Let's see one result. I'm trying to find this, what somebody told me about this, where the AMD drivers might be cracked. Oh, here it is. Here's the article. So check this out. This was shared with me from a mod on one of the AMD discords, so thank you to him. Supposedly they're gonna crack the power limit on these GPUs, which if they did would be amazing. So that means maybe they wouldn't stink as a miner. But right now, 7000 series is garbage. Don't buy it for mining. All right? Just don't. Skip it. Just don't buy it. As far as gaming goes, though, guys, this thing is fantastic. And I'll put a link to this article real quick so you guys can see it. I'll actually go over it real quick. It just basically talks about how they're going to try to open up the Linux drivers on this, which, I mean, it'll help a little bit with the clock frequencies and stuff, but what I really want to see is the voltage. I really want to see them unlock the voltages so that we can actually play with the power. So we'll see if that happens. What up, Techman TV? So I'm going to take a break from talking about crypto for a second and go to gaming. If any of you have not used one of these for gaming and you're looking for a new gaming GPU and you don't want to buy NVIDIA for whatever reason, these things are amazing, right? They have more VRAM than a 4070, so that's good. And they do really, 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 really good in gaming. They're actually just wonderful. If you want 1440p and you want a game with upscaling off, these things right here are amazing. The only thing I found that I kind of had hiccups in, Alan Wake 2 wasn't very kind to me with ray tracing on, and Cyberpunk 2077 when I overclocked it with these GPUs. But you actually don't even need to use these on overclocks. You can use them on stock, and they're really good. So if you guys are looking for a gaming GPU that's actually priced pretty reasonably, this thing is like $540 right now, you can get this. So Pirate, I'm happy with my 3080 for gaming on 1440p. Oh, I'm sure it's a great gaming GPU for 1440p. You probably don't even need to use upscaling to run it with like medium settings. So it's great. I liked this because I hate upscaling at all forms as far as gaming. I don't like it. So I wanted to try this to see how it does. And like I said, gamers, rejoice because miners aren't buying this card. You better not buy this card, miners, because this is not a good mining card. Leave this one for the gamers. It is a great gaming GPU. I just wish that it was a little better on the overclocking, but this thing will serve you well for years if you are going to use it for gaming. And actually, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to put this up here. I'm going to see if anybody owns one of these or is interested in one for gaming. So we're going to do, we're going to put this up here. We're going to, would you consider buying an RX 7900 GRE for gaming? Let me know. Let me know, guys. And I appreciate you guys joining. I know a lot of people like to talk crypto on my streams, and I definitely do more crypto, but what I think I'm going to do, and I am going to post the schedule, I think Fridays we're going to try to focus more on computers and less on crypto. Now, obviously, this Friday is a little different, and maybe we'll change it up, right? But I like to kind of, I spend the whole week messing with crypto a lot and stuff with crypto, and I do gaming to a lesser extent, but I kind of like just breaking it up and like talking about gaming too. Chris Handy says 3070 runs 70 FPS. That's not bad, dude. On triple 32s at 1440p. My buddy and my business partner has a gaming rig where he's got a Samsung Odyssey G9 and he powers it on a 3080 or a 3090, and he says he does great on it. So yeah, and I wish I would have not screwed up the time on this stream because I put it at 11 p.m. and not 11 a.m. But we are going to go back to our usual 12 o'clock stream because I feel like noon is a lot better for engagement and just when people can do stuff. Next week, it's just I have another stream I have to jump on. after this, which is why we're doing it at this time. Actually, I can show you some screen grabs. Let me go find them. On what this thing can do. Let me show you Cyberpunk 2077. I actually really was impressed by it. I'm gonna put it up here for you guys to see it. This is the 7900 GRE. Hold on, let me find it. Now, to be fair as well, you kind of have to understand that I'm not comparing this thing to, to the 4070 Super. That's a gameplay clip right there where you could just see what it looks like. 6 p.m. here, all good, stay-at-home dad. Hey, man, I like that you guys are free all day, every day. I like to do streams on times where a lot of people can't see it. This is an in-game shot of Cyberpunk 2077, ray tracing medium. I was actually kind of impressed. If you look at the lighting, right? There was a lot of stuff that I liked on it. Let me get rid of this one, right? Let me show you I have where is it? Is it this one? Let me show you the FPS on stock settings, RT on. So check this one out. I was actually pleasantly impressed by this. Look at these settings. This is actually pretty good. And I think I deleted my my window, my screen grab, which is quite annoying. Whoops, nope, not that one. Bear with me, guys. I apologize. I just deleted my window capture on that's annoying. There we go. Anyway, so let me just minimize this, but I want to show you those settings on Cyberpunk 2077. I really liked it. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, like, look at the FPS you're getting on that. That's with DLSS or FSR off. I think it's playable at those low settings, but you know. So let's see. I have a 70 Zig Miner. I have a 79 or 7800 XT, and it's good at gaming but horrible at mining. Yes, Zig Miner. 7900 would be the same thing. The voltages are locked, and that's why they're bad. I'm not doing any more testing on the 7000 series. I might throw up my 7900 XTX since I own it to do some testing, but I'm basically going to tell everybody do not buy 7000 series for mining. Zapire, question. Any issues for daily tasks on the card, browsing, YouTube playback? No, not at all. So I used it essentially as my daily driver. I had it on my test bench, which has a 5800X 3D, and I opened up some windows on it. I didn't have any issues at all. Now, keep in mind, I did not put this in 4K, and I didn't open 5,000 YouTube windows up, but that PC could handle that just fine. It's got 32 gigabytes of RAM, and I didn't have any issues. I actually quite enjoyed it. But I'm trying to figure out the right words. I really did enjoy it, and I think as AMD's premier offering at that price, at $540, which is what you can get one at right now, it's pretty hard to beat it. Let me show you. What. Here's Helldivers. Helldivers was actually very impressive. So one of my AMD daily driver computers has a 6900 XT, and the one game I find it somewhat struggles at is Helldivers. Let me get you this one. So here. So this is Helldivers, right? Now, Helldivers is a weird game in the sense that there's a lot of stuff going on, and no CPU or GPU really gets good FPS on this. Like in 4K, the 7900 XTX and the 4090 both get about 100 FPS, give or take, DLSS off, max settings. So like this thing on 1440p doing 100 at max settings, DLSS off, I was quite impressed. Whereas the 6900 XT overclocked only gets like 65 to 70. Let's see, catching up. Hey Marwin, what's going on? My daily driver usually has 30-day uptime before restarts. Driver stability is key for me. Yes. My daily driver is a 4090, and I have like 1800 Chrome windows up, and the only time it updates is it resets is when Windows is dumb and force updates it, which is quite annoying, and I hate it. Team Green for daily driver. Look, Nvidia's great, right? Now, talking about the 7900 GRE, you can't not compare it to the elephant in the room, which is the 4070 Super. Now, when I do my comparison video, I will tell you that I think the 4070 Super is probably what I would rather have, honestly, because I think the 4070 Super is hands down the best 1440p GPU overall. I really, really believe that. I just do. Like it, but I'm trying just to kind of focus, like I'm releasing a video today, and the goal of it is to just focus on the GRE, because like if people are watching a video on the GRE, they're going to want to talk about the GRE. It's different than, us in a stream talking about the GRE and then recognizing that for the price, right? I think the 4070 Super is better. I really do. Like, I just think it's better. Sure, it only has 12 gigabytes of VRAM, but I feel like VRAM is way overblown, okay? Like, in terms of gaming, it doesn't matter. Now, I get the memory bit bus is a thing too, but it is a fantastic overclock. Like, it's a fantastic GPU, and you have a ton of overclocking headroom. Let me show you, right? Let me show you Cyberpunk 2077 on it, right? This is the 4070 Super. Now, this is with, let me show you the settings. This is with ray tracing on medium, the same thing that I had the GRE on, and it gets 10 FPS more. So it went from 34 to 47, and that's not even OC'd. So you're talking, what is that? That's almost a 35% increase. Now I know Cyberpunk 2077 is a game that will favor Nvidia because of ray tracing, but people still play those games, and if you're going to spend $550 on a GPU, 550 to 570, you're going to want it to do everything. Like, I don't buy it doesn't matter because nobody uses ray tracing. They cost the same. Why wouldn't you buy something that can do ray tracing? Catching up, but is it worth the upgrade from a 3080 to a 40 or a 3070 Ti, Chris? I don't think so. I don't, because a 4070 Super, right? If you're going to compare it to a 30 series, it's basically like a 3090. So you can overclock this thing to basically turn it into a 3090 Ti, which is cool. And I get that people don't overclock their daily drivers. Hell, I don't overclock my 4090. I might actually start playing with it. But you can, and it has a lot more headroom than most other 40 series in my experience. But like, would you upgrade from a 3080? I wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't do it. If you are playing in 1440p, right, which is actually going to be the topic of, I'm going to be starting another series that focuses on gaming, and it's going to be, we're going to talk about 1440p heavy in the beginning because I feel like it doesn't get as much attention as it deserves. But if you have a 3080, a 6900 XT, or a 3090, or like a 3080 Ti, I would not upgrade this generation. You're not going to get the performance that you would you're not really going to get any performance uplift. Like, you'll get a little bit, right? But check this one out. If you look at, I have a 3090. I did. So look at this one. Here's the 3090, right? So you see the 4070 right there, 4070 Super. Let me show you the 3090 with those same settings. And this is un-OC'd, okay? It's the same thing. This is the same thing, right? Look at this. Same exact thing. So this is a 3090 right here. You see that? This is, all right, this is the 3090. Hold on one second. Apologies. 3090, 4070 Super. 3090, 4070 Super. UNOC'd for both of them, right? Now, look at the GRE. Whoops, let me get, hold on real quick. Bear with me. That's the wrong one. Sorry, I got a lot of windows up right now. I'm trying to get the right one to show you. This is the GRE, right? Like, so you go to, let me move this to the top, right? You go to, I'm moving the, right? So now this is benchmark, right? And obviously, in-game performance is a little different, but GRE to 4070 Super to 3090. Literally, the 3090 is better than both of them. Like, a lot better. And it costs more now. It costs more, but if you have it, don't upgrade it. And I would guess, if I was to guess, right, I would think on these settings, a 3080 would probably get about 41 FPS, 41 to 42 would be my guess. Yeah, 41 to 42 would be my guess. So, no, I don't think it's worth upgrading. Plus, they mine better. Like, the 4070 Super is just a better miner. But like I said, if you are like, if you hate NVIDIA for whatever reason, if you absolutely despise NVIDIA, if VRAM matters to you, then the 7900 GRE is a great GPU. So yeah, like I'm not trying to talk smack on it, right? I liked it. I thought it was cool, but in terms of the wider cards out there, I definitely don't think I would recommend this as my 1440p GPU of choice. But if you want one, right? Like if you just want this GPU and you don't want to compare it to anything else, like you're like, this is the one that I'm focused on for, there are plenty of reasons why you would want it. And it's a good GPU and you should get it. So yeah. So anyway, I feel like I spent a good amount of time on it. I think the stream is going to go for about an hour. Would you like me to talk more about it in terms of mining? Would you like to hear more about it in terms of gaming? Or do we want to change topics? The next topic that I am going to discuss after we're done this is I'm going to probably switch to crypto. And I want to go over how I want to talk about the RXD halvening because we had a lot of good news. We had a lot of news, right? We had the RXD halvening. And I want to talk about GPU mining. And I want to talk about how I think it is going to be affected by the Bitcoin halvening, because that's coming up. So I can switch gears and talk about that if that is what we are interested in talking about today. So let me know in the comments. I want to check a look at the poll. All right, so we've got 10 votes. Most people don't look like they're going to buy it. So I kind of can tell that, a lot of us are miners before gamers, or we do both, and a GPU that can't do both is not really a GPU that a lot of us want. Techman TV 5900X and 3090 bad 3090 Ti bad pairing. I don't think that's a bad pairing. I don't think that's a bad pairing at all. It's basically a 5800X 3D. I think you're going to be fine in gaming and it can mine. I think I'd be happy with that computer and I'd probably use it. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. You essentially have a 4070 Ti, which is a fantastic gaming GPU, and you have the VRAM if you care about VRAM. Like, I think 3090s and 3090 Ti's are going to hold their value a lot longer than the 40 series are, honestly. Okay, so nobody's really saying anything about what they want, so I'm just going to kind of keep going. We're about halfway through the stream. I'm going to switch gears and talk a little bit about crypto. Let's talk about the first big thing halvening that happened today. It's kind of crazy. When was the last time we had 2 halvenings in one day? Like, that's wild to me. All right, first halvening we're going to talk about is the RXD halvening, Radiant. It happened 2 hours ago. It's funny because Viper Pool actually was the last pool to hit a block. So that was kind of cool. I am not mining RXD right now. I have no beef against RXD, and I'm not against it. I think it's a cool coin, and I have a big bag of it. But after I pulled my 1660 supers off on it, I would not recommend mining it right now. The yield is terrible, and prices aren't really good enough right now to justify losing half of the yield. Like, let's look at Live Coin Watch. How is obviously you would expect the price of RXD to double to make up for the halving, but it's not going to just yet. I mean, it's up 10%, so that's not a bad thing. But like, I wouldn't be mining it right now, and I expect the hash rate to kind of fall off a cliff. So I mean, maybe if the hash rate falls in half, you could justify it. But the hash rate is going up. Would not be doing that. Why does yours suck, Techman TV? Tell me more about it, and we'll talk about it. So I wouldn't mind RXD, guys. Like I'm gonna make a post on that too, and I'm sure people are not gonna like it, but that'll be another video next week. Why you shouldn't be mining RXD right now, especially when we have our big bad core algorithm coin that I'm going to stay on, and you all should stay on it right now. Lithium, right? Whoa. Uh-oh. Here we go. It's starting. This is not good. The hash rate was down this morning, actually. It was only like 400 terahash. New all-time high. Some ASICs are getting on. I wonder whose ASICs are turning on and how many of them are there. We might be done with a lithium soon. I might be releasing a different video than I thought on Monday. Wow. All right. Look at that. Catching up on chat. I have a 7900 9K. Yeah, you could rebuild with that. Yeah, the ASICs are online. They are here. The hash rate was down this morning, so some of them just turned on. So what pool are they on? Let's see. Hum Pool, I heard, is an ASIC pool. I don't know what the other pools are that are ASIC pools, but I know Hum Pool, I heard, is one. So there we go. We're running out of time. I mine Dynex yield is pretty good. Yeah, Dynex yield isn't bad. I just wish you could triple mine it. I don't really think you can triple mine Dynex. I'd probably start playing around with it. But yeah, a lithium. Oh, DX pool, you said. Okay, DX pool. All right. So where is DX pool? Right here. 14 terahash. So they're coming. I think we are, I don't know, maybe we have a week or two, maybe less, right? So get as much lithium as you can. Look, if yield gets cut in half and we're getting about six lithium a day. Oh, I would be getting about 6 lithium a day. 42 lithium in a week is still worth it if it becomes worth what 714 lithium was and it goes 17x. Will it? I don't know. But I would think that at 1 petahash, I'm really going to consider pulling off lithium. I think the jump from 1 petahash to 2 petahash will be really fast anyway. So I think by that point, the writing will be on the wall. But I'm going to stay on it. I mean, I can remotely switch my rigs out, so it doesn't matter when it happens. But I think that'll be a video for next week, actually. So let's talk about it. What core... Let's do a poll. We're going to do a poll. What core algorithms are you going to after lithium? What core algo is next? So what core algo is next? Is it going to be RXD? Are we doing... Carlson slash one of the forks, or are we doing Pyram hash slash one of the forks? What other core algorithms are there? There's not many. Are we doing? Jesus, what else is there? I guess RXD, but what are we doing? Where are we going after this? That is an interesting one, right? Like, oh, dude, if there's lithium forks, I'll mine them. Like, if people look, I think people are eventually going to make lithium forks, and I think they're going to be mineable, and we'll mine off of them and we'll do whatever. I I also believe, to that note, that we're never going to lose ZIL because there will be ZIL forks, and if there are ZIL forks, I will be dumping daily on whatever a ZIL fork is, right? Like, if the profits are remotely similar to ZIL, I'll just be dumping daily and reinvesting it into something else because I don't think I would trust a ZIL fork because that's even more degenerate, right? But yeah, that's kind of sad. Lithium is coming to a close. Well, I don't know here. Let's look at some algos, right? Let's take a look at some algorithms. What are core algorithms that we could go to? There's really not many, huh? Wow. What are these ones? These are the Blake ones. None of these are all ASICs. No, those are ASICs. What other GPU algorithms can we do? There's not many, huh? I mean, you guys could go to Kapow, but I don't want to mine Kapow, right? Like, I don't think. So, Techman TV, here's my problem with Kapow. Let me give you an example, right? On a 3070, on any Kapow algorithm, you're going to use 150 watts and you're going to get 30 mega hash, 28 to 30 mega hash, right? On that same 3070, you could mine fish hash and a core algorithm of your choice. And even if you didn't believe in, say, like the core algorithm and you were selling it daily and putting it into a coin that you believed in, you still have two chances. You still have the chance of the core algorithm, like fish hash or ergo or whatever you're doing, to moon. And then you have the chance of the memory algorithm to moon, like your fish hash or ergo, whatever. And then you have a chance for your core algorithm to moon, whether it's whatever it is or whatever you're selling it into. And you could theoretically mine like a core algorithm and sell it into a Kapow coin. So you don't have to just do Kapow. So Zapirate, that is a video I'm going to do next week too. I have so many good videos that I want to do. I'm so excited for them. A lot of people are down on mining core algorithms, right? So one thing I'm going to ask in a video is, do you think Kapow and like fish hash or memory algorithms are the future? AKA, are you going to start buying HBM GPUs or are you going to still buy consumer grade GPUs? I hate Dynex for that reason because it's not, you can't dual mine it. So you basically have to put a whole rig on it to spec mine. And right now, the coins I'm spec mining. I'll show you what I'm spec mining. You can actually see it. Essentially, what I'm spec mining is basically Chlor. That Navi rig that's named after Olvaborn. Rest in peace, brother. That's mining Chlor. And the rest of this, look at it. What's it on? I guess one 3070 is spec mining Husat. And for a 2080 Ti, a 3090, a 3060, a 3080 are spec mining Nexa. Okay? So there are 10 GPUs out of my farm that are spec mining right now. 10 out of 160, not counting the BC250s that are offline. So 175 GPUs and 10 of them are spec mining. Like really degenerate spec mining. I need to find 170 HX GPUs too. I'm trying to find at least one. And I want to buy one. I gotta just find it. They're proving difficult. They're proving difficult to find. So that is why I won't ever mine Kapow I actually think I want to start dual mining on my BC 160s. I might move them to a different circuit, and I kind of want to see what I can do with those. I'm going to do some testing on them. Right now they're just on iron because it is the most profitable, but I want to move those, and I kind of want to dual mine like an iron and like an lithium. Even if the hash isn't that good, I kind of just want to see what it can do. Hey man, look, here's the thing. Crazy ideas in mining, right? Crazy ideas are crazy until they're profitable. Like, I dug into the BC250 super early. I thought they were stupid. And then someone kind of opened my eyes a little bit. And I'm like, Like, you got to be open to crazy ideas as long as they have, like, some kind of logic. And when I mean some kind of logic, right? Like, for example, I had people tell me, like, I remember when Carlson first started, right? And they were like, mine it. And I'm like, yeah, but it's not worth anything. And they're like, it's not worth anything until it is. All you're risking is power. And I was like, if all I'm risking is power, then that's like $50 a day. And if I want to hedge those risks even less, then I can triple mine with Ergo. All right, let's do it. So like, that was like a risk and it was a crazy idea, but it had some sense of logic behind it. So I was kind of cool with it. Yeah, man, that's why I'm naming my rig after him. We gotta keep the memory alive. Oh man, my my Twitter's blowing up. At 30 cents power, I am overall profitable mining and holding long term. That's good to hear. I was actually talking to somebody about why I don't think GPU mining will proliferate worldwide in the next bull run, because I don't think, right, the profitability. Now, again, you know my feelings on hashrate.no. We use it as a barometer. We don't use it as our guide. It's just kind of like, you kind of look at it to see what other people are doing. But if you look at a power rate of, let's say, like, let's do 25 cents, which is probably some of Europe, right? 25 cents right now is not profitable on GPUs. So you have to mine and hold. So, like, if that was the ETH days, it would definitely be profitable. It was up to like almost like 50, 60, 70 cents you were profitable. Let's move down to, let's say, 15 cents, which is what I could be at potentially. 50 cents, you're profitable, but you're barely profitable. And on some rigs, you're not, right? Like, that's not the best. My mining strategy will probably change at 50 cents if profits stay the way they are at 15 cents. So, like, the ceiling is low right now, right? Like, before, it was like, like 60, 70 cents. Now it's like 15. When profits go up, maybe 35 will be the highest, but that's not, a lot of people don't have 35 cents power. But if I had more rigs like you, would have to sell monthly. Yeah, so, it is what it is. And I don't mind selling monthly because you're still building bags. Like, obviously not right now, but when my farm was making about $130 to $135 a day, not counting on GPUs alone, it cost me $50 to run the farm. So I was able to make about 80 to $85 a day, and that wasn't counting my ASICs, which let's be real, they make like $8 a day. And my CPUs, which their profitability is all over the place. So I'm still able to build bags. And it's not, I don't, like, some people are like, oh, it's stupid, it's a waste of time. It's really not, because like lately, like the last month or two, I haven't needed to switch. Like, look at the uptime on these things. Like, I haven't switched. Whoops, I don't know why I went to that one. I haven't moved my rigs in days. So like, this is passive income currently. Like, you have to check to make sure it's still profitable. But like, the majority of them haven't been moved for a long time. And the ones that have some downtime were basically me just swapping around overclock settings and playing with stuff. So like, the uptime on these GPUs is pretty high. Now why is this one low? 50 seconds. That's not good. I wonder if the... Oh, yeah, I know why. This one is having stability issues. Womp, womp, womp. This 3070 rig, I remember why. Or this 3060 rig, I remember why I didn't switch it a lot. This one has serious stability issues when I clock the GPUs higher, which is very annoying. This is probably going to be the first rig I sell. So anyway, back to what I was talking about. Alright, so we talked about Radiant, and it kind of led me down this rabbit hole of what I should be mining, and I do kind of want to see what the results are looking like. A lot of people are going to go to RXD. Well, only 6 votes, but people are going to go to RXD. Please smash that like button, by the way. And I don't expect to get the same amount of viewers normally because I'm on and off time. The topic might have been one that you guys might not have liked too much, but we're having a good time. Bitcoin halving. Let's talk about that. I can't believe lithium is going to be done soon. Anyway, Bitcoin halving, right? How is it going to affect GPU mining? We have 10 hours left till the halving. I wonder if I'll jump on a stream, or maybe I'll guest on somebody's stream. I don't know. Or maybe I just won't do anything on it. Unplug. But 10 hours away. How is it going to affect GPU miners? Well, I have no clue. And me telling you I have any kind of clue would be me being full of beep. Because I have no clue. Bitcoin's price is being weird. It is acting weird. And I don't know how to describe it, right? Like, it shot up to its all-time high. The supply is low, which is something that you would expect. But then you have the price tanking and, like, you know, being volatile when it probably shouldn't be. I think that the ETF is screwing with what Bitcoin would normally do. I think that the ETF is shooting the price up faster than it would normally go, which is why you're not seeing the drag that you would normally see with the altcoins. I think we're a little bit a ways away from that, if that makes sense. I think people still don't think GPU mining is profitable. And I don't think the Bitcoin price is where you need the super crypto degens to get back into it. And they don't think Bitcoin, like, they're still throwing money into Bitcoin right now. You need them to, and again, this is my opinion, but you need them to kind of be like, the growth isn't there in Bitcoin. I want to throw it into altcoins that are going to get dragged up by Bitcoin. And you're not seeing that yet. I really believe what somebody told me a while ago, and that was that we need to wait until the U.S. election before things start really getting to their degeneracy. I think once Bitcoin smashes by look, this is me just guessing, right? I'm not an expert. I don't really know what I'm talking about. Like, but does anybody, like, we've never had an ETF before. And even if you know how the market works and how you know supply is low and shit, the rules of normal supply, like supply and demand, don't necessarily apply in crypto right now. Because the price already went crazy before the halving because of the ETF, because of this, because of that. Catching up to my chat real quick. Don't forget, institutions have money in the game now. Yeah, I believe. Oh, dude, Duke, we'll recap the GRE at the very end. You can watch the beginning of this. We talked about it pretty heavily for the first 15, 20 minutes of it. So we'll talk about it, towards the end. I'll recap it. But yeah, now that institutions have stake in the game, I think you're going to see a lot of greedy people who realize that this isn't regulated. They're going to like insider trading in crypto, market manipulation. That's all unregulated. So you're going to see them picking coins. Now, what coins are they going to pick, right? Like, is ETH next? I really hope ETH is next. I want an ETH ETF so badly for my own personal reasons. Like is ETH next? Are we going to see degenerate push into ETH? I sure hope we do. But once we get that degenerate push into ETH, are they going to go to like, is ETC next after that? Like, should you be mining ETC? It's GPU mineable. Should you be doing it? I mean, I don't think I would. But like, look at ETC, right? The hash rate hasn't gone anywhere, and ASICs can go all over the place on it. Like, this is a weird one, right? Like, could ETC be one of the next super profitable coins? Like, look at the hash rate on it. I mean, it spiked to the moon when dummies like me mined it right after the merge. But like, it post-merge, it was at like 167 terahash. After it calmed down, it tanked a little bit, and then it went back up. But it's basically the same. Like, would it be worth, like, if it gets pushed to the max, is it going to be worth GPU mining? Is it going to be like ETH, where like ASICs and GPUs can live in harmony because this thing is going to be pushed so much to the moon? Who knows where these degenerate, where they're going to go? Now, we know Lithium has like a lot of potential, but that's just because of ASICs. Get those overclocks to the max hash. Alf dying. Yeah, man. Lithium is going to be done soon. It's going to be done, and it's not going to be going, no November, not financial advice. Look, none of what I say is financial advice. You guys are insane. If you guys are insane if you listen to me in terms of financial advice. None of this is financial advice. But what I'm saying is, where will they go, right? Like, who knows where they'll go? We don't know where they're going to go. So all I'm getting at is like, get what you can, right? And like, there will be crypto degenerates, not just institutional degenerates. There will be crypto degenerates that are going to push like a Caspa coin, right? Or like, like K-Heavy, like, or maybe Chlor, or who knows what's going to get pushed. RXD could be the next one. What I'm saying is, at this point, while things are profitable and you can actually like either hodl or sell out of pocket or mine and get the coin that you want, what I'm trying to say is now is a wonderful time to be mining. And the Bitcoin halving just makes me even more excited to be a GPU miner, because we can get in early and grab profits early. It's not always going to be super telegraphed like a Lithium, right? Like, this is the biggest telegraph on the planet. And like, I was talking to someone last night who said they hate ASICs and ASICs ruin GPU mining. And I'm like, yeah, but ASICs make money and money makes the world go around and you can't fight it. And he's like, well, ASICs lead to decentralization. And I'm like, yes, I know ASICs lead to decentralization. And I'm not saying ASICs are good and ASICs wreck people. But if you're a GPU miner, this is just the way of things. Once a coin gets popular, once a coin gets profitable, if it's profitable enough to GPU mine for over a year, ASICs are going to find it. And then once ASICs find it, it's going to be done. But then that's when us GPU miners, we step in and we just, we have our George Burns excellent face on. Because once those ASICs pump that price up, dump. And then I know it's negative effect on the project, blah, 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 blah. But I am not going to sit here and tell you that I care about any projects. I think some projects are cool, right? But do you ever see me doing videos about projects? Do you ever see me talking about projects? Do you ever see me doing anything about projects? I look at projects for legitimacy sometimes. Like I'm going on the Ironfish Roundtable, and I'm not talking about the project. I'm talking about the technology behind the project. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I don't get excited when ASICs get on a coin. Like, I'm excited for Lithium to be unmineable anymore. Like, look, would I have liked to have it longer? Yes. But I'm excited for my bag of a Lithium. Like, look, say you haven't been on a Lithium that long, right? Let's just say you have 1,000 of Lithium, right? And it's at $3. At $3, it's $3,000. Okay, that's pretty cool that you have that. That's real money, right? What if a Lithium 17Xs? That puts it at $51. That 1,000 Lithium will be worth 50 grand. Where are you going to make that kind of money? You're not going to make it anywhere else. So you will take that $47,000 profit And you will thank the ASIC guys for that $47,000. And then you will walk away from a lithium. Or not. Maybe you won't, right? Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll wait for a price dip and maybe you'll reinvest in the project or whatever. All right? Or maybe if it ever goes to staking, you'll get back into it. But like, I'm not upset about any of this. And, you know, it is what it is. And I think that what I'm getting at, right, on going on this tangent, is I think that the Bitcoin halvening will get a lot of people excited for Bitcoin, which will get people excited to look at Bitcoin, and then they look at how you mine it, and then you slowly go down that rabbit hole, and then you end up GPU mining with us. So, like, I think it's great for GPU miners. I think the trickle-down effect, I believe, so look, I'm not going to talk about trickle-down economics, but I believe Bitcoin has a trickle-down effect into altcoins. I really do. And I believe that if Bitcoin doubles, then an altcoin could 10x, could 15x, and you'll make more money that way. Obviously less safe, but, you know. Let's see, catch it up on chat. So I've got about 10 minutes left. I am going to hard stop at noon. So, I'm glad I kind of ended the topic when I did. So 10 minutes left. Feel free to ask me questions. If I don't get any questions for the last 5 minutes, I will recap what we talked about on the stream and basically kind of give you timestamps where you can go to look at it. Chris Hanley, I know a crazy guy who just put his entire farm on RXD solo today. He will win in the end. Maybe he will. Yeah, I mean, look, I have a buddy, my hosting client. He has a 3060 Ti rig that's 8 cards, a 8-card 3060 rig, and a 2-card just hodgepodge rig. So he's got 18 cards. He's been mining RXD all since the bear market started. So we'll see how he does. A rising tide lifts all ships, Chris Hanley. Yes, I really feel that way. Radeon cards allowed on Vast now, GRE included. Well, that will be interesting to see their profitability. I know I was looking at Vast on the last stream, and Vast, if you have the right system, if you can get your PC rented, can definitely be profitable. Vast doesn't really scale, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't really know a lot about it. Like, I just dropped something on the floor. I built a rig to mine Vast, and I kind of just got out of it. Like, I bought a pair of 4090s, and I was going to do this double 4090 rig, and then Christmas came, right? And 4090s went crazy. I sold both of those 4090s. I sold one for $2,400, and I sold the other one for like $19, and it was used. No, sorry. I sold one for $2,500, and I sold the other one for $2,021 or $2,000. I don't remember. I think it was $2,000, and I paid like $1,300 for it. So I was like, all right, these are done. I'm selling them. So like, they were the easiest free money I've ever made. To do a quick recap until someone asks any questions. The first 20 minutes, Duke, we talked about the 7900 GRE. What we basically said about the GRE is it sucks at mining. It's trash. Don't do it. It's terrible. And for gaming, if you're like dead set on buying an AMD GPU and you want the best performance in 1440p, this is perfect. This is better than a 6900 XT. This is the best 1440p GPU they have and the best value. Well, the best value new they have. I think the 6900 XT is the best value 1440p card at $400 used, but you have to be okay buying a used GPU. And if you need VRAM, if you're obsessed with VRAM for whatever reason, these might actually do well on Vast AI now that I think about it, because they have more VRAM than their 30 series equivalents. So like, maybe the 7900 XTX is a Vast AI machine. Might make me want to throw mine on there. Kind of interesting to look at that, actually. So we said basically don't buy for mining, buy for gaming. And I'll put a link if any of you want one. I'll actually just put a link down below. I'm not going to stop people who want to buy these cards, at least if you're going to buy them, right? support the channel with an affiliate link. You don't have to, obviously, but it would be certainly would be appreciated, right? I'm just gonna get that link for you guys if anybody wants it. So that's basically what we talked about. So the Ironfish Roundtable. Now I want to transition into that because I've got 6 minutes. So the Ironfish Roundtable. Let me post a link to the event. Right. It's pretty cool. There. I'll get you the schedule. I don't go lot. So here, let me get you this. This is actually pretty cool. Like, whether or not you believe in the project or not, I always thought these were. I watch them once in a while, not a lot. I tend to only watch when they focus on the technical aspects. But looking at the schedule from when I was sent it, so it starts at noon, and the guest speakers will actually. I think it already started. No, it starts at noon. Yeah. So the guest speakers are going first. I'm at 12:24. So I've got about 6 minutes. I'll be talking about, fish hash from a mining perspective. So check that out if you want. And I was talking to the Ironfish devs, and hold on. They were just the devs were just telling me about the LOL miner dev, or were just telling me something about fish hash I was reading. Sorry about that. They don't actually think it's ASIC resistant, which they think it maybe could be a little bit, but they're not. They wouldn't be surprised if an ASIC broke on, because there's always a possibility. So I found that to be interesting. So that was kind of nice that they were honest about it. So yeah. I think I'm just excited for it, and I'm excited to share my thoughts with the community, and I want to see what they say. So anyway, yeah, I mean, we're gonna wrap up now in about like a minute, probably. I'm probably gonna actually wrap this up soon. So I wanted to thank you guys for coming to join me on this. That's the Ironfish Discord. Let me send you an invite to that. That's their official Discord. Hold on. Let me get you that. Ironfish invite. Here's a link. Look, to end on this note from what Dave sent, Caspa went 17x. At first it went 4x, and then it went 17x. It's behaving. The trends are going exactly the same for Lithium and Caspa. If you follow the trends, they're exactly the same. Does that mean it's going to happen? I'm not saying it is, but if there was ever as close as a sure thing, which this is crypto, so nothing's a sure thing, in terms of what coin to mine because of where it could pump, or even to buy it. Now, look, none of this is financial advice, so don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Lithium is as sure of a bet as you can get, and I would get as much of Lithium as you can before it's too late. We literally probably have days, if not hours, to get as many as we can. So, Duke, to answer that question, I can't tell you. The best thing you could do is just buy it on Amazon and test it. Or if you want one that has a good cooler that I tested, the power colors are good. They just cost you, the power colors are good. They're just more money. I don't have any problems with my XFS coolers on my older cards. All right, guys, I got to run. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Maybe you'll see me around somewhere during the halvening. I don't know. It just depends if I decide I'm going to unplug fully this weekend or not. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you on Monday. Peace. I forgot to end it the way I wanted, but peace. Have a good weekend, everybody.